So,
I have a question.
good.
May I?
Yes, please.
Observations in Aquaria show that guppies from Aguas de Moises and from the type locality, after some years, lose their comma. Some of them lose their comma, and then start to diminish their green coloration, so that they, after some time, some of them only have some orange spots. Did you notice those fish in too?
No.
No?
No, all our guppies had this comma-shaped thing. However, it goes to show that in nature, that comma is very important. To maintain that comma means, I am wingy, please choose me.
Yeah.
In the aquarium, if we only keep wingies in one tank, if it's only wingy, any male can breed, and also the ones with smaller spots or no spots will breed. And
So you think it's a matter of selection?
it's natural selection, yes, definitely.
Okay.
That is the evolutionary mechanism that keeps them apart,
Yeah.
which is unnecessary in the aquarium. And if somebody would please publish these results, because it supports what we said.
Mm.
Yes.
Good.
So,
That's good.
oh yes, please.
Is there proof on DNA?
We will get to that just later. Yes, there is proof, and also counter proof. I will get to that.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. The mountains that I was talking about are a stretch from the Andes and going all the way, basically also to Trinidad. So this gray area that you see, I just put there to show you where these cordilleros are going. This is the mountain range that we are talking about. Why do I show that? If you look at this mountain range, and you go back like 100,000 years ago, there was an ice age. During the ice age, a lot of water was captured in ice, meaning that the sea levels were 100 meters lower. And you think, okay, nice. So the coastal area was way bigger. But also, and you should not forget this, these mountains were 100 meters higher from sea level. So there was a big barrier between the inlands of Venezuela and the coastal areas. And also the coastal areas had different compartments. You can see that part of Trinidad was completely isolated from the inlands of Venezuela and also from the normal coast of Venezuela. So, what we expect is that if this ice age takes long enough, there will be different species in these different areas. Here you have your evolutionary drive. This is what caused the different species. During the Ice Age, these populations became isolated and they could become different species. I showed you part of Trinidad that was isolated, and apparently Suzanne Soris, Manfred Meyer and Manfred Schartel, they took some DNA from that. There you go. And they analyzed it and they found that the ones on Trinidad and our antler guppy were kind of like close together, which goes to show that they were isolated together in that area, and that guppies, Poecilia reticulata, had different DNA. So again, they found that Poecilia wingi had different DNA from Poecilia reticulata, and they found different DNA on Trinidad, which they called Poecilia obscura. Obscura because only the DNA was different. If you see these guppies, you say, normal guppies. Normal guppy. So not nice and bright as our antler guppy, but say normal guppy. So, Poecilia obscura, Poecilia antler, wingy, sorry, different species of guppies. The guppy no longer is one single species, which it was for 150 years. It's got two cousins or family. And as you can see, our beautiful antlers are different from the other guppies. So we got, in this case, 3 different species of guppies. Mind you, in the back of your head there's still this, wait a second, didn't you in the beginning say something about this Gyrodinus guppy that might also be a different guppy? What I found during my studies is that the Orinoco population, Gyrodinus guppyi, and the one from Caracas neatly diversify within Venezuela. So, in my innocence, I call them both reticulata, but they are different, so I call them 2 subspecies. Of course, my travels didn't stop in Venezuela. I also went to Suriname. These are the streets of Paramaribo. Also hardship, completely different kind of beer. You have to get used to all these kind of things. Traveling, don't do it. Just go to these lectures and you have your own environment. And of course, I caught guppies. And like guppies, they were all different. You got your wild type maculatus guppy. You can see the big red spot and the black spot in the dorsal fin. You got kind of colorless guppies, but then with an accent to say, okay, I might want to have a spot here. Tail colors. I found all kinds of colors. So, what makes me think this might be different guppies? Well, to be honest, I can't see the difference between the normal variation in guppies or this guppy. But just like obscura, you can't find the difference too with if you look at them. The DNA of the Suriname guppy was completely different from reticulata. And this is why I give a description and gave it a different name. I gave it the name in honor of my friend Michael. It's Poecilia kemkesi, because it's different. If you look at the DNA, it's different. And if it's different, it should have a different name. That was my only thought. So what is the situation? 4 species now. You got your Psilia reticulata, the wingy, the obscura, and your Kemkesi. Mind you, this one, and this one, if you see them in an aquarium, you have to guess. The only way to be sure what species of guppy you have in your aquarium is to get some DNA, put them in the mailbox, send them to Shories,